Is it on the new stream too?
Yeah.
Okay. So next up for the South Atlantic Rugby Conference semifinals, we've got the Division I face-off between Lander University and James Madison University. Both strong, powerful teams looking to get that win and play tomorrow for the Division I South Atlantic Rugby Conference final. I just knew there was something going on that same day. I was like,
You gave me.
earlier we saw Kennesaw State University face off against UNC Charlotte for the Division II, the first Division II semifinal. ASU was able to pick up the win, and they'll be headed into the Division II final tomorrow.
Okay, you guys just put. Okay, AR.
We've got some
Okay, just a touch.
Queens ARs out here, some alumni from Queens University out here ARing for us this beautiful Saturday morning. We'll be sure to see how well they do.
Don't stick your flag out. Just stick your hand.
So we've got the Dream Team referee squad. There they are, the Dream Team ARs. So the referee's having a quick word with both teams just to make sure everybody's on the same page to kick off today. We'll get ready to kick off shortly. And there's a signal for teams to take the field. Captains are on the field for the coin toss. So once again, we've got the South Atlantic Rugby Conference Division I semifinal, first one of the day. And that's going to be between Lander University and James Madison University. This is what you got to be careful of over here. Me, as always. All right, so the captains have completed the coin toss. They're running back to their teams to give them the info, and we'll see who's going to get ready to kick off. Quick shout out to all of our volunteers out here helping us today. To our athletic trainer, It's been quick and ready to roll. People go down. And here we go. Both teams have taken the field, and it looks like I'll wait to see who's kicking off. Looks like James Madison is going to be kicking off to start today. Lander will get first possession. Both teams set up for the start of the match. And again, this is the South Atlantic Rugby Conference Division I semifinal.
If you can send it like all the way up against the fence. That'll work. Yeah.
All right, so here we go with number 7 for James Madison kicking off. That's Logan Boone with the ball in hand. He's going to have a nice kick to start the game. Really nice reception by the Lander player. They've got the ball moving quickly. A nice offload. Takes a couple of James Madison players to take care of the ground. Ruck is set and the ball is out to number 10. He's got the ball out wide to the back line. A couple of nice quick hands. Number 15 takes the ball to ground. But 13 from James Madison has hands on the ball and gets a clean pick and goes. 13 is going to be down the field and is going to put the ball down in the try zone for the first score. And that's Violet Powell touching down for the first score of the match. That's going to make it 5 James Madison, 0 Lander. Just a quick, smart play to rip that ball out of the ruck and take the sideline all the way in for the try. Now James Madison is going to attempt the kick. So we're going to have number 10, Bridget McGeehan, taking the kick. That's a nice strike by number 10, and that's going to put the ball through. It's going to be 7-0 James Madison. Get the ball back. So Lander will hustle up to the line to boot the ball down, and they're going to try to go and create a turnover, get possession back. That's going to be number 10, Rachel Hamelman, kicking off. And James Madison is set to receive. Clean field by number 2, James Madison, and they are on the move. Pulls out quickly, and they've got it to their back line. Number 12, Kyle Lyons, with a very powerful run downfield and a nice offload to their wing, number 11, Lauren Farrell. The ruck is set on the edge. They're digging the ball out to move it. It's out to their forwards. We work hard to get that ball 5 meters forward. Another quick ball out for a drive and carry forward. Now they're looking to move the ball wide with some space outside. Ball gets out to their number 10. They find some space with a nice offload to their number 12. Goes down to set the ruck. Got a nice counter ruck by Lander. And James Madison is called for hands on the ground. That's going to be a penalty to Lander. And number 12, Kate Osmus, is quick to pick that ball and go. And now they've got some space and a ton of numbers out wide if they can get that ball moving through hands. Huge carry by number 6, who's fending off defenders and takes one down in the ruck. And the ruck is set. They've got numbers out right. Another strong carry by number 2, but two James Madison players come up to make the tackle. There's an advantage called, and it's going to be a high tackle on James Madison, but they're going to go back to the penalty advantage. Lander has ball in hand in the 22. And they're adjusting the mark slightly. So it'll be Lander ball. Again, number 2 with a hard carry, but a tough offload. Not quite able to pick it up, and James Madison gets the turnover. They're backed into their 22, so they need to try to find an exit. And they got some quick hands out to strong carrier, and they are now up to their 22. They got some folks on their feet, and number 10 makes the decision to kick downfield. Number 15, Lexi Zorba, is going to pick that ball up, and she's got some speed. A little bit sloppy on the ground, and the referee's going to call it. It's going to be a back 10 penalty on James Madison. Lander's going to have another opportunity to attack within their 50. Rach Hamelman's going to kick that ball out of bounds, and it's going to be a line out to Lander. The Lander line out right about their 22. James Madison is going to have a big defensive stop here. It's a clean line out, and they set up a maul. James Madison, and they've got the drive. The maul's moving forward. And the ball's out from the back of the maul out to the back line. Through hands, number 13 with a tough ball. It's backwards, the ref says. So we'll play on. Another quick ball out of the back of the ruck, but a driving tackle by number 12, Kaya Lyons. Stop Lander's momentum. Lander continues to try to work the ball out to the strong side. They've got a ton of numbers out wide, but not quite able to take advantage of that, although they still have a strong run from the number 2 on the edge. Again, it takes a number of James Madison players to take her down. They're going to look for a little pick and go. James Madison on their toes, ready to try to launch and create the turnover. And we're back to a penalty advantage. So it's going to be Lander ball on a penalty advantage. And it looks like the ref's going to have a quick word with the James Madison captain. Not quite reading the sign language of the ref, but it looks like roll away. Looks like it might have been a chat about rolling away in the tackle. Lander's going to elect a scrum. This is going to be one of the first scrums of the game, so we'll see how each team comes in. Looks like a nice, solid, stable scrum, and the 8 from Lander picks the ball up. A little bit high on the tackle, but she makes the adjustment. 8 goes to ground. James Madison trying to force a turnover, not quite there. And good read by the 10 to get it out to number 14 on the edge. Number 3 is going to look for a nice little pop to 8. That's Casey Reynoso with the carry. And the ball's moving quickly for Lander. They've got some numbers outside of a great offload to number 13, Gwen Orr, who's going to power her way through one defender and touch it down right under the uprights. So that's going to put 5 on the board for Lander, bringing the score to 7-5. James Madison's still in the lead, but Lander's got an opportunity to kick. Both teams with some really, really strong runners, and we're going to have to play some dominating defense to keep those points off the board. Number 13, Gwen Orr, is going to attempt the kick after scoring the try. Got a nice, strong boot. Right straight through the middle. That's going to put 2 more on the board for Lander. We're all tied up 7-7. About 10 minutes into the game. So far, a really clean, clinical game. Lots of great handling. Lots of strong running. And Lander's going to get the ball back. Once again, number 7, Logan Boone's going to boot that ball downfield. And it looks like Caitlin Osmus with the reception is going to drive forward and look for an offload. Another strong carry into contact, and they're digging the ball out of the bag. The ball out to another forward five. It looks for another offload. Number 8, Casey Reynoso. It's one-on-one with the 15, and that's a nice tackle by number 15 to stop her in her tracks. Referee says play on as Casey picks the ball up and carries forward for another 5 meters. Another pick and go by Lander. Really strong shoulder into the defense. Not able to gain much ground, but they are still moving forward. And James Madison's got to get organized quickly to stop that momentum. Number 7 with a strong tackle. But Lander is quick to get that ball off the back of the rug. Go inside their 22 now. Looking for another scoring opportunity. Ball is still in play. And they do get drive backwards, and it looks like it's a turnover. James Madison has the ball in hand. They're going to try to exit their 22. Ball's out quickly. A strong carrier. Big tackle by Lander to try to slow him down. The 9's trying to get that ball out fast. And they're out to the 10, who's going to boot the ball downfield. A nice decision to exit the 22. Lander has a nice clean pickup, and number 9, Sydney Mulaski, is going to fight her way through. Lander now sitting about their 5 meter. Going to try some picks and goes. Still short of the try line. Referee calls knock on Lander. So somewhere in that contact, Lander spilled the ball forward, and now it's going to be a James Madison scrum on the 5 meter. Just yell at me if I'm in your way. This is a big opportunity for Lander, but they are going to have a defensive scrum. They're going to need to look to turn the ball over within their 22. James Madison, on the other hand, needs to get that ball out of their 22, back down there into the field. The referee's going to have a chat with the captain. Like, we might have something going on in the scrum. Not sure. They're going to reset. Powerful set by both teams, but the ball gets out to James Madison, who kicks that ball downfield. They have a nice strike. Lexi Zolva's going to get that ball in hand, and she's got some speed. A couple of James Madison defenders around her, and she's able to get back inside the 22 for Lander. Lander's got the ball out wide, and they've got numbers. Can't quite see who's got the ball in hand, but Lander strikes forward. Another nice launch by James Madison, slowing down the pace of that Lander attack, but they've got numbers out wide. The pick and go, and they're driven back. Continuing to look for that pick and go, a little far off their try line. She keeps her feet and is driving Lander forward, so they're still making some forward progress. It's taken a couple of James Madison defenders to take them down. Another driving tackle, but the ball is out to the back line. It's a nice footwork by number 10, Rachel Hamelman. They're looking to get it set a quick second ruck and out to the 3 on their feet. Nice recognition, but a tough handle by number 14, and that's going to be advantage James Madison. And they're going to try to look to get that ball out of the 22. Driving carry forward, and that's going to be spilled forward by James Madison. We're going to go back to the advantage. It's going to be scrum JMU. So scrum to JMU. They're in their 22, and they've got to get that ball out of there. Thunder still has a scoring opportunity here if they can turn the ball over. Ball comes out cleanly to number 9. He's able to get it to their 10, and she kicks it out of bounds. So that's going to be a Lander line out and a good scoring position. Hot mic, hot mic. Oh, it's cool. Say what you need to say. Hey, good game. So it's going to be a line out to Lander in their 22. And we're getting situated. Not sure what's happening with the ball. Having some discussion about spacing for the line out and numbers in. I believe the ref is saying we need to be in or out of the line out. So Lander's having a quick discussion, and number 9 is going to drop back, indicating that she is no longer actively in the line out. So they're going to reset and adjust. Now the ball's coming in. Nice clean line out. Oh, and a tough drop. And the call's going to be not straight. Kind of an awkward jump there, but referee looks like he's James Madison gets the option line out of scrum, and they choose scrum. Once again, they're going to be looking to clear their 22. So far, the scrums have looked really good on both sides. Another team really getting the drive on the other. Nice clean hooks back to the back of the scrum. This time, the commentator curse comes into play. Lander's able to hook the ball back and get the ball out wide. And it's out to that strong runner, number 13, that we saw earlier. Ball's out again, and there's another strong runner on the edge. He's looking to offload, but James Madison holds them up. Still attempting to counter ruck. slow down that momentum, but Lander continues to drive forward. And the ball is out to number 10, who sees that 13 is got hands up right by the try line, and she is in. So that's number 13, Gwen Orr, and that's her second try of the match. Very powerful runner. Hard to take down right on the line. She's going to be in for another try, and that's going to bring the score to Lander 12, James Madison 7. Lander's going to attempt to kick. So once again, Gwen Orr is going to attempt the kick after scoring the try. She now has 14 points on the board for Lander. Quick injury timeout as we assess Lander player. But Lander's going to get ready to receive, and James Madison is going to have to pick up some momentum and force a turnover so that they can get some points on the board. Stop Lander from extending that lead. Do have a Lander player down, but she's looks like she's gonna pop back up here in a second.
So it's fine.
So far, a physical game from both sides of the ball. And they're really going to have to rely on some double tackles to put people on the ground.
So I was a grad student and advisor took a position. So we're like,
All right, and the Lander player is up and running, so that's great to see. He's going to be back in the game after a quick assessment. And we're going to kick back off. So the ball is up. A little bit of a scramble, but Kate Osmus picks it up off the ground. And the ruck is set. Commander adjusting to look for that offload. And there's the gap they want. And that's a strong, powerful runner. Number 2, Abigail Hales. And another fantastic tackle by number 51, James Madison. Here's some carry by number 3, Lindsay Picel. And Randy's going to look to move quickly out to their back line. Nice pressure by number 12, Kyle Lyons, and she's able to come in and hit the interception, and that's going to be all the way to the bank for 5. But she touches it down early. What? So we're waiting to see what the referee's going to make of that. But it looks like he's got the try called. He called try. And they're going to give them the try, so not sure where the line is from this vantage point. But it looks like she is going to be awarded the try. So James Madison is going to go for the kick. And that's going to bring the score 14-12. Anders still with a slight lead, but we're waiting on that kick. Having a quick discussion with the captains, probably regarding that last play. So the try is awarded to James Madison, and now they're going to go for the kick. Still a little bit of discussion going on with the ARs, just to double check.
SARC and I are staying at a Hyatt.
We can't tell from the camera where it landed is the problem, because we can't see the line. Okay, so after a discussion with the referee, it sounds like he's going to go back to that play and call the knock. The AR came in and said no try, so it's going to be a scrum to Lander. Tough call for James Madison, but they're now in their 22, and they still have an opportunity to score if they can get possession of the ball. It's going to bring the score back down to 14-5.
Yeah.
But an outstanding play by Kyle Lyons. Just a little bit of confusion at the end there. Now they're going to have to play some defense and get that possession back. It's going to be a Lander scrum on the 5-meter line. James Madison setting up on defense, but still with the advantage if they can get possession of the ball. It looks like a nice drive by James Madison, but the ball's hooked out and to Lander, who carries forward. James Madison looking to gain possession of the ball. Hands on the ball and a nice counter ruck, but Lander hangs on to it. Another ruck set for Lander. And now it's going to be a penalty to James Madison, and the call is obstruction. It's a nice drive forward. The referee's trying to look under bodies, and it's just short of the try line. I have to work the ball back, and there's a ball to score. So James Madison able to put the 5 on the board and close that scoreline gap. Not sure who the scorer was, possibly number 10. That would be Bridget McGeehan. I'm not quite sure who touched it down, but Bridget's going to take the attempt at the 2 points after, and that would make it a tie game. Oh, it's so loud out here. And that kick is straight through, making the score 14-14. So far, we're 4-on-4 for kicks. So we are all tied up in the first half of this Division I match. About 15 minutes left to play in the first half. And now James Madison's going to have possession of the ball. We'll see if they can hang on to it. Put some more points on the board. Mitchell Hammerman with the kick. A little bit of a miscommunication for James Madison, and the ref is going to call it forward. So that's going to be a knock and a scrum to Lander. This is an important scrum for Lander. They're just outside their 22 and in the scoring position. Can generate some momentum and get through to their 22 and then look to touch it down for 5. Nice hard hit from both teams. And the ball is out to Lander on the hook. Nice skip pass to number 12, who's out to 15, Lexi Zova, to the wing. But there's a nice driving tackle by James Madison to put Lander on their heels. They're set up to play some pressure defense. A hard carry by Lander, but she's shut down by James Madison. And they're over with a counter ruck and a turnover. It's going to be JMU possession at the 50. And they call for the carry forward and a pick and go. Some great support coming up from behind. The scrummy's going to dig the ball out and try to move the ball out through hands. They've got some space outside. Up to the strong carrier, Kai Lyons, number 12. He's got support in the ruck. Penalty called for a high tackle. James Madison's going to have the advantage. They move the ball through hands, and they've got some numbers, but it's tough mishandle by number 12. That's going to be a knob and a scrum to Lander. Some high pressure defense from Lander, and they get the ball back. Now we've got Lander on their 50. And they're looking to get their attack going. There's some space on either side of the scrum. Again, a hard set by both teams, but an excellent job hooking the ball out. And they've got clean ball to their 9, out to their 10 to 13. Ruck set. Ball's out to number 12, Kate Osmus. She takes a couple defenders down with her. Lexi Zobel with the offload. And James Madison attempts the counter ruck, but is in from the side. So that's going to be a penalty for Lander. Kate Osmus is going to take advantage with a 5-meter run forward. Ruck is set on the edge, and again James Madison comes in, and they've got the turnover, and it's their ball but right behind their 22. They are working hard to create that counter ruck turnover. Now the 9's looking to get it through hands with some space out wide, but the Lander defense is set. They're up with some tough pressure, a double tackle. Now James Madison's looking to move the ball through hands. A little bit of meters gain. But Lander is all over that ball, and it spills out. Oh, it's going to be Lander possession. It is back and forth. A little bit of a tough pass on the first receiver, but now they've got ball through hands and they've got some good handling skills. 2 tacklers to take down number 13. And they've got numbers out wide. A tough mishandle on the edge. And the referee's going to say play on. Ball's out to 10, out to 13. They try to get it out to number 8, Casey Reynoso, but it's on the ground. Oh, that looks like number 6, Nevaeh Quinn, was able to get the ball off the ground and take a defender down with her for the try. She's had a strong game so far. A ton of physical carries. It's going to be 5 points on the board for Lander. That's making it 19-14. Lander ahead. It looks like Gwen Orr will be attempting the 3rd kick of the game. Her 3rd kick of the game. Gwen puts the ball up and it is straight through. So that's another 2 points for Lander and another 2 points to Gwen Orr. Now the score stands at 21-14 with Lander in the lead. James Madison is going to have to keep on working on defense to create those turnovers, get some time on attack. So Bridget McKeehan's going to carry that ball up to the center field and take the kick. A little bit of discussion. We've got someone getting assessed by the trainer like this. So time is off. Injury timeout. She's on her feet. And we are back on. So number 6 just getting a quick take job. Bridget McGeehan is gonna. I'm sorry, Logan Boone is gonna kick that ball down for another good pickup by Lander on the kick, and the ball is out. Huge pace by the number 8, Casey Reynoso. She's able to gain about 20 meters forward. Now Lander has the advantage. It looks like they're getting a penalty for not rolling away. Or not releasing. Sorry, not releasing. And so James Madison's got the ball. And Kaya Lyons, who's been proven a powerful runner today, is looking to create some space for their attack. Another quick ball out to the number 8. A hard carry forward. That's going to dig the ball out and get it out to another forward group who sends it out to the back line. Number 10 takes a hard hit from the opposing 10. James Madison able to keep possession. Another driving double tackle. James Madison continues to fight for meters. It looks like they're going to get the penalty. Offsides on Lander. That moves James Madison 10 meters forward. Quick discussion, and then they're going to have the penalty opportunity here. They need to put some points on the board before the half. So Logan Boone is going to kick to the sideline. And it looks like it's just out. So we'll have to check in with the AR to see where it went out first. But it's going to be a line out to James Madison. So a tricky kick, but they still get the opportunity they were looking for, and they're going to have a line out just short of the 40. Nice clean line out to James Madison, and they've got a ball out to their 10. Oh, a beautiful behind the back pass by Kyle Lyons out to the 13, who does 2 spin moves through a number of defenders and drives for 15 meters. And now James Madison has some momentum. They are looking to capitalize on it. Ball's out. Number 6, who's going to drive against a few defenders. Not much ground made, but we've still got lots of James Madison players on their feet. A little bit of a fumble in the rock. The ref says play on. Number 7, Logan Boone with a hard carry. Number 9, Keenan Grosh is going to continue to try to push the pace. Another nice pass out to their 12, but it was slightly forward. That's going to be a scrum to lander. James Madison still where they want to be in field position, and now they need to find an opportunity to turn that ball over. Both teams set up the scrum. It's going to be a lander scrum just short of the 40. They've got their back line ready to go. Split this on each side of the scrum. Kate Osmus with a strong carry forward, gets the arm out. Tries to offer just a slight miss, and it looks like James Madison has come up with the ball. It's going to be James Madison ball right at the edge. Strong carry by 5, but 3 lander defenders drive around the balance, and that's going to be a lander line out. Again, both teams fighting hard on defense to create those turnovers and generate some attack. Strong showing from both sides when it comes to that pressure defense. And that's going to be back in the hands of Lander. See if they can break the 50-meter line. I'm going to go for a pretty long line out, but it's nice and clean. 9 to 12. So it's going to be a free kick to Lander, and it sounds like something to do with the line out setup. Could be numbers. Yep, it was a call on the numbers in the line out. So that's going to be a free kick. Lander's going to kick downfield the touch, but that's going to be Lander. That's going to be James Madison ball. So on a free kick, it's going to come back to the point of the kick. So it's going to be a line out to James Madison. On a free kick, if you kick the touch, it comes back to the other team. And it was directly out, so it also comes back to the point of the kick. It'll be James Madison line out. Well, Lander's able to steal the ball in the lineout. So the ball is live and still in Lander's hands. And again, a huge break by number 2. We have some strong runners. Abigail Hills, huge run of about 40 meters. The ball pops out in contact, and now it's back in James Madison's hands behind the 22. Referee's going to call the advantage, and that's going to be a knock on Lander. So back to James Madison in the scrum, and this is a back and forth game. Really big hits, ton of counter rucking, and that's causing a lot of turnovers for both teams. But now James Madison has a disadvantage back behind their 22, and they need to find a way out. Ball's out, and 10 decides to kick to the edge. That's going to be straight out of bounds, which makes it a Lander lineout. It's going to be Lander lineout just outside the 22. And they've got an opportunity to score here. Referee having a quick discussion just so that both teams know they need to match numbers. It's going to be number 2, Abigail Hales throwing the ball in. She's had some incredibly strong runs. Lander is down in this territory thanks to her. Nice grab, but the ball has popped out. And the referee gives us the signal that it's going to be a knock on Lander in the mall. James Madison scrum. Now number 9, Katie Grosh is going to look to get it back out to Bridget McGinhan and try to get that ball out of their 22. Just outside of it now with the scrum. Back line a few meters off. Ball is 3 feet and out to their 10, and this time she's going to choose to try to swing it out to 12. Tough pass, but able to keep it. Strong tackle by Lander forces the 15 to throw that ball backwards. And now 9, Kaden Grosh has ball in hand, and they've got some speed down the sideline. Good ruck by James Madison. They've got players on their feet. And they send it to number 13, who's going to carry the ball a few meters forward. They're out to their forwards. They're going to try to give a nice offload, a good strong carry forward by number 1, it looks like. Now their scrummy is in, so we've got to have a pick and go by a forwards, and that's number 8, Feline Helblian. James Madison doing a good job to handle off his hands, but a miscue there. Sends the ball into Lander hands. And Lander's got the ball back. They're trying to score one more before that half time clock runs out. They pick and go. Pushes the defense a little bit back. Pretty strong pick and go. Still on their feet. And they're down. Number of Lander players on their feet, and they're just waiting for that opportunity. Number 8, Casey Reynoso, finds some space, stays on her feet, and brings them in the 22. The scrum half's out to 10 with a nice pop pass. Again, it's to number 14. Tough hit. Number 10, Rachel Hamilton tries to pick and go. He carries forward for a few meters. And then number 3, Abigail Hales with possession. They're right on the line, right at their 5-meter line. So they're still trying to drive forward, but James Madison is putting up a fight, and they are looking to counter ruck. And a nice counter ruck puts them on their back foot. The referee doesn't like the looks of that. It is a turnover to James Madison, so they've got the ball in hand, and they kick the touch. And that's going to bring us to halftime. And what a start to this game it's been. Lander's up 21-14 at the half, but it is still anybody's ball game. A ton of huge defensive turnovers for James Madison has kept them in the game, and a number of nice, strong runs by their backline. Meanwhile, Lander continues to bash forward and find opportunities, taking down defenders with them as they go. A great match so far for this Division I semifinal. We'll be right back for the second half. All right, and we are back for the second half of the South Atlantic Rugby Conference Division I semifinal between Lander University and James Madison University. The winner today goes on to tomorrow's final. Right now, it's been a really back and forth game. Lander has the lead 21-14, but both teams have had powerful attacks, and the defense has been stifling on both sides of the ball. So to start the second half, I believe Lander is going to be kicking off. James Madison is going to look to do the most with their possession. Down 7. We've got some Queens alumni with us today, are ARing for us. And it's going to be James Madison ball to start. So Rachel Hamilton's going to have the ball in hand and take the first kick of the second half. James Madison making some changes to start the second half. Captain number 15 just relaying that message to the referee. So a quick discussion being had, but the fans are ready to get this second half going. All right, looks like we're ready to kick off. Then we got Rachel Himmelman, number 10 for Lander. He's going to boot the ball downfield. See if James Madison can make the most of this possession. The sun has finally come out down here in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's a beautiful day for rugby. Ball is up, and it is not 10. James Madison will have the option. They've elected to scrum at the 50. It'll be a James Madison scrum at the 50. That gives them a nice advantage to start the second half. Lander is lined up to defend in their 40. It'll be another big scrum to start the second half. Ball is in, and Lander is making progress forward, but James Madison is able to get the ball out. Nice 8-man pick out to their 9, and they've got some hands out wide. Number 11, Lauren Farrell drives the ball forward. Ball is out to number 7, Logan Boone, who takes on a couple of defenders. We're down to the left. Trying to keep things moving. Out to number 6, Jessica Ferranda. That's offsides on Lander. It's going to be a penalty to James Madison, and the referee's going to have a chat with the captain, Rachel Hammerman. Be offsides on Lander. Likely that is the first warning before a yellow card. Logan Boone takes the ball up, out to number 6, Jessica Ferranda, who gets that out to 10. Out to the powerhouse number 12, Lions, who pushes it to 9, but 9 is taken backwards by Kate Cosmos. No, not sure who that was. Apologies. It's going to be a forward at the back of the ruck with their scrum half recovering from the last breakdown. Nine's back in the ruck. But there's a turnover by number 3 on Lander, Lindsay Picel, who's able to offload in contact. Another offload in contact by Lander, and Abigail Hills has to put on the gas. A little bit of a mishandle. And the referee's going to call it a knock. Take a quick moment with the player on the ground. I'm sure she gets up okay. He's walking it off. It's going to be James Madison ball in this round. And they're back at the 50. Another James Madison scrum. I'm going to be looking to get something going here on the top. But the Lander defense continues to be a powerhouse. Long set by both teams. Ball hooked through, but we've got players on their knees. And that's going to be a penalty to Lander. Number 8, Casey Reynoso, is going to take the quick tap. He's on the sideline with a number of James Madison defenders closing in on him. He takes the ball to ground, and now Lander's got a ton of people on their feet out wide. Number 2, Abby Hales, the strong carry. We're going to set the ruck and try to move that ball out. Number 9, Sydney Lasky gets the ball out quick to 10, transfers to 12, and that's Kate Osmus with a nice carry forward. Number 13 has been all over the counter ruck today. That's James Madison, Violet Powell, who has had a number of defensive turnovers in the ruck. Nice high kick by James Madison out of the hands of Lexi Zorba. That's going to be a scrum to James Madison. Excellent turnover and kick by the Dukes. Now they're going to look to dominate the scrum. James Madison has their back line set up, and it looks like they're going to try something here. Solid set, and the ball is cleanly clipped by James Madison, and they pick the weak side. They try again the 8-9 off-road. Brian Landers all over that ball, and they get the penalty conceded. So that's going to be a penalty to Lander for not releasing. James Madison not releasing. It'll be a penalty opportunity for Lander. And Rachel Hamilton's going to take a touch for a Lander lineout downfield. Lander starts to make their way downfield, and they've got some opportunities to attack now with a lineout inside their 50. Only about 10 meters off their 22. Team set up to take the line out. Ball's up, but it's a little short, and James Madison goes to get the ball, but it is a slight fumble, so the referee's going to call the knock. It's going to be a scrum to Lander. Almost a turnover in the lineout. Now Lander's got another opportunity to get their attack going. Scrum has been pretty evenly matched today. Both teams doing a good job of retaining possession. The ball comes cleanly out the back to number 9, who transfers it to 10 with a nice short pop to 13. Win or number 3 carries forward, Lindsay Pausell. They've got support in the ruck. Another pick and go from Landers number 1, Carmen Spears. And there is some contesting in the ruck. And the ball is out. And James Madison has possession. So another turnover in the ruck for James Madison. They have been creating opportunities for themselves on the defensive side of the ruck all day long. Nice ball out to 10, and that's out to the number 12, Kyle Lyons. He had an earlier interception. James Madison has some opportunity. Ball's out to number 13. He gives a quick ball to 15. She's got some footwork. She's able to get through a couple defenders. Ruck is set. Ball is free. And they're out to number 7, Logan Boone. Another quick ruck from James Madison, and they're going to give it to number 5, Ella Bertram. And the ball makes its way to number 12, Kyle Lyons. It's a little bit of contact for her team and carries forward. Number 5, Ella Bertram with another carry. She's over the 50-meter mark. Now James Madison is really going to be looking to get the gears shifted and go for that try line. Number 6 that has a good start, Jessica Ferranda, weaving through 3 defenders and making it over the 40-meter line. And now they've got to move the ball quickly because they've got players on their feet and defense on their heels. Number 7, Logan Boone with the hard flash ball. Now they're looking to go through their hands, but I'm handling. Ball past the number 12. That's going to be a knock. Lander scrum. This has been a ping pong match back and forth, especially to start the second half. Lander still holds the lead by 7 points. James Madison fully in the fight. So Lander scrum. Nice secure set. And the ball's out. Back line is looking to strike. The 12th, Caitlin Osmus takes another hard hit and carries forward through contact. Number 3 with a quick offload to what looks like number 2. And we're going to come back to the penalty advantage. Ball comes back to penalty advantage. The referee's going to have a chat with the captain.
What's the call?
So that's going to be a high tackle on James Madison, and it sounds like the next one's going to result in a yellow card. So Lander will have the penalty at midfield. And Caitlin Osmus is going to take the tap. She carries hard forward, and when she gets shut down by the James Madison wall of defense. Number 8, Casey Reynoso is going to jump over the ruck for another meter. It's a bit of a pile up, but it looks like James Madison has possession. Lots of bodies on the ground, so the referee's going to have to sort out who's going to get possession. And it looks like scrum to James Madison. So now James Madison is in a position of opportunity. Scrum at the 50. The Lander defense has everyone up and ready to launch. Ball gets hooked nice and cleanly out to the 9. A nice down-10 connection. The 10's able to give that ball at pace to number 12, Kyle Lyons, but the Lander defense is there to shut that down. Madison's going to have to try to bust her again. Number 5 with the carry once more. 2 Lander defenders to take her down. 9 to 10 out to 1. But Lander is in that pressure defense, and they shut them down behind the game line. And it looks like Ball's on the ground. So a quick turnover by Lander, but then called for obstruction. So now it's going to be James Madison ball on the penalty. And they're looking to move forward. A couple of quick passes out to the edge. Number 5 goes forward with a support behind. They look to pick and go. And their 9 is going to be in the rucks. So now they've got a secondary pick and go. They've got support right on their hip. They're inside the 22, and they've got the offload out to number 6, Jessica Ferranda, who does some fancy footwork, and she's in for the try. So that's 5 points for James Madison right when they needed it. And that's going to bring us up to 19-21, and they're going to have a chance to kick. That was number 6, Jessica Ferranda, with a little bit of fancy footwork to get that ball in for 5. Now they're going to have a long, wide kick. Still down 2. Both teams have had strong kickers today. So number 10, Bridget McGeehan, is going to try to tie it all up. Tough strike on the ball, and it's going to be no good. So JMU still at a deficit of 2 points. You're going to have to work hard on this possession to put some more on the board. So now it's going to be JMU ball after that last try. Lander's going to take the kick. JMU's looking to put more points on the board, down 2. They've still got about 25 minutes on the clock in the second half. Lander player getting a quick checkup by our AT staff. Time is off. So a quick medical timeout. 25 minutes left on the clock, says the ref. And it is a 2-point game right now. All right, so the Lander player is up and moving, and she's going to re-enter the game. Good to see. We're going to get the clock going again. Lander's going to kick the ball downfield. James Madison ball. They need a really clean pickup and attack to get themselves back in a good scoring position. Rachel Hammelman's going to kick the ball downfield. And it is just 10, and a still forward by James Madison, and a nice pickup by number 13, Gwen Orr. The ball is in Lander hands, working their way towards the 22. Scrum half gets the ball out quick. 10 with a sharp pass out to number 3, Lindsay Kysell, who takes down a couple defenders. And they're on the move. Another sharp pass out to number 15, Lexi Zolba, and on to number 6, Nevaeh Fan, who's going to fight through a defender. Number 13 for James Madison takes her down. There has been some tough contact today. Another tough hit. It looks like a James Madison player is hit, but they have possession. They have created another defensive turnover. James Madison ball. Number 10 makes a good decision to kick downfield, and they have penalty advantage. So the referee's going to bring them back to penalty advantage, and that's for the tackler not rolling away. It'll be James Madison ball at the mark. James Madison strategizing. Quick shout out to our trainers who are getting players back out on the field as quickly as possible. Number 7, Logan Dean's going to take the tap. He elects to kick down the edge of the field in hopes of a chaser. And 14. He's down there, but a clean catch by Lander. She's off to the races. Huge tackle by number 15, Nora Richards. He's had a number of huge tackles today, try-saving tackles. Fortunately, James Madison comes in off their feet, and that's going to be a Lander ball. Lander's in a good position to score now, just outside their 22. Rachel Hamelman's going to make the decision on a kick to touch. So that's going to be a line out to Lander inside their 22. This is going to be a huge defensive effort by James Madison to keep Lander out of the try zone. They need to keep that score line close. Taking a bit of time to hunt down the ball in the woods back there. Referee having a quick chat, the hooker. And it looks like we've gone hiking for a couple of minutes, so we're kicking out a new ball. And that's our athletic trainer, folks. A beautiful kick. And it's going to be a Lander lineout. So Lander with the ball just inside their 22, and they're looking to put some more points on the board and extend their lead. Lots of players on their feet out wide. We'll see what they do here. Ball is up. A tough throw by the hooker, and it's on the ground. Referee interference. Not sure what the call is for that, so it's going to be a scrum to James Madison. The referee is always right, and that's what counts. Right, so James Madison with ball in hand, and they need to get that ball out of the 22. Lander needs to force a defensive turnover and try to extend their lead here. Ball's out quick to the 10. He has shown a nice kick. And Lexi Zolba is going to be back there to try to collect it. But number 6 from James Madison, Jessica Ferranda, hustles down and actually gets the ball back. It was James Madison ball at the 50. That was an impressive chase down by number 6, Jessica Ferranda. Now the ball's out on number 13, Violet Powell with the run. She's going to outrun number 15, Lexi Zolba, and she's going to touch it down for the try. Right between the uprights, and that's 5 points for James Madison on the board. That's going to make it 24-21 James Madison. After an outstanding attacking effort to go down and chase the kick, they're able to convert it to 5. Well, number 10, Bridget McKeehan, is going to attempt 2 points after. And it is still anybody's game. James Madison up by 3.
We only have 20 minutes, but we'll come back.
Bridget McKeehan with the kick, and it is up and through. So that's going to give James Madison a 5-point lead in the second half. With about 20 minutes remaining. Now Lander's going to have to find a way to score. We're going to have to kick and go create a turnover. Couple subs coming in as we get late in the game here. Couple subs happening for Lander.
You guys, you need to go outside.
Number 19, Kaylin Yates coming in for a blood sub. And it looks like I'm sorry, that was the wrong roster. We've got number 19, Abby Patton, AP. And it looks like number 16, Amelia Beasley, are on the field. That's correct. We've got number 16, Amelia Beasley coming in, and number 19, Abby Patton, in for the blood sub. In rugby, they will be able to put that player back on as soon as they've been cleared for blood. So Lander's going to kick the ball once again, and James Madison is going to try to convert that attack. Nice strike by Rachel Himmelman, and it hits space, and it's going to be a knock on James Madison. That's just the advantage that Lander was looking for. They want to try to convert that advantage to points here. 10 meters outside of their 22. Possibly right on their 22. So now Lander's got the ball just outside of their 22. They're down 5, so they need to convert this to a try. They're hard set. Ball's coming through, and it looks like an 8-man pick. And she has a strong carry and offload. The number 10, Will Cameron, is going to touch it down to the Lander 12. And that's going to line the scores up. It's going to be 26-26 with 18 minutes remaining in the half. Well, nice read by number 8, Casey Reynoso, to offload it to number 10, Rachel Hammelman, who's able to dot it down for the 5 points. And now Lander's going to attempt a kick to extend that, to take the lead. Currently tied up 26-26 in the second half. Blood sub is back on. Both teams showing enormous grit here late in the second half. It's a back and forth match, lots of defensive turnovers. But now number 13, Gwenor, is going to look to take the lead. Nice strike off the ball. And it's through. That's going to be 2 points for Lander, and that's going to put them ahead. 28-26. They're going to get the ball back. Now Lander has to look to extend that lead and have a good, strong possession. Lots of time left in the game, and we've seen it's anybody's game still, back and forth for the first 60 minutes. Let's boot downfield, and that kick is going to find space as well. Karina Hirschman with the carry forward, number 4. And Lander is on the move. Number 3 with a quick offload, but unfortunately, tough pass gets knocked forward. Advantage to James Madison. The ref's going to blow it up for the scrum. So now it'll be James Madison scrum. About 40 meters from their try line. They need to go the distance to get that lead back. Lander's still ahead, too. Madison's going to see what they can come up with here. James Madison's able to get the ball back. Scrummy has to dig it out. Was able to get a tough pass out to 10, but 12, Kaya Lyons picks it up off the ground and stays on her feet through 3 defenders, and she's a powerful runner. She's going to break a couple tackles. Looks like a high tackle coming in. The referee says forward knock, scrum to Lander. That's going to be Lander's ball. And they've elected for the line out. Still in James Madison territory, so they have an opportunity here if they can turn the ball over, but Lander's going to look to clear that 22 as soon as possible. Number 2, Abby Hale's throwing the ball in. And the ball's through. They get a tough ball out to number 12, Kate Osmus, but she carries with some power. She's up to the 40-meter line on her own. Still beating defenders, and she's over the 50. And now Lander's got the ball over the 50. A little bit of a tough pass, but number 3 is able to pull it in, Lindsay Parcell, and she drives forward for 5. James Madison's still looking to counter ruck, and there's a knock in the ruck. It looks like the ball spilled forward somewhere in the ruck, and that's going to be the James Madison scrum. Game continues to be back and forth. Now Lander's looking for a stop and a quick turnover. James Madison is looking to take back their lead. Both teams have done a really good job today in the scrum. No penalties there. Nice ball out to the 10. He's going to kick to the edge, and she's got someone chasing. Number 11. Warren Farrell was down there, but Lander's able to pick up the ball. A nice coach by number 13, Violet Powell, has been doing that all day. Gives James Madison the ball back. Just an incredible effort to maintain possession by the Dukes right now. But Lander continues to put on the pressure to try to keep them away from that try line. Number 9, Kaden Grush, trying to get the ball out. Number 17, Isabella, with a good play there. And Casey Reynoso goes in and gets the poke. So that's going to be Lander ball, not releasing. Again, Lander ball. I think there's been at least 10 changes of possession in the last 5 minutes. It is back and forth, and they are both fighting for that spot in the Division I final tomorrow. Lander has elected the scrum. They're going to try to create some space for their back line to get that ball over the 50. Ball is through, and an 8-man pick off the back of the scrum by Casey Reynoso. But JMU's going to shut her down. Ball's out to the forward. Oh, and a crushing tackle by number 17 on James Madison. Lander keeps the ball in hand, so they still have possession and players on their feet. They also have the advantage. Nice offload to number 12, but we're coming back to the advantage, and the ref's going to have a chat. So both captains are going to have to come in and have a chat. Penalty to Lander. Both teams struggling to roll away. He's reminding captains, players need to roll away. Multiple infractions, and we may see a yellow card, but for now, it's just a penalty. It'll be Lander's ball at the 40. And Rach Hamelman's going to look to kick to touch. She clears the line, so it'll be a line out to Lander. So Lander up 2 in their own territory. And they're looking to put more points on the board. So they can breathe a little bit of sigh of relief if they do. James Madison is looking to create that defensive turnover like they've been doing all game. They've created a lot of opportunities for themselves. They just need to get that ball back and look to score. The lineup is up, and it's clean. Ball's out to the back line, and Kate Osmus with another hard run. Ooh, a chip by number 17 from James Madison. Ball stays alive. Number 13, Gwen Orr with another carry. He offloads. And number 7, Emma Cook. And the ball's still in Lander's hands. Kate Osmus out to the side, number 12. She looks to take a couple defenders down, but 15 has been nonstop in the tackle and has saved James Madison multiple tries today and now created the turnover. James Madison ball right behind the 22. Counter ruck comes in from Lander, but she's off her feet, so that's going to be a penalty. James Madison ball on the quick tap. And the number 10 again looks to kick. Nice kick, but number 15, Lexi Zolba, is able to take it in. Huge crushing hit by number 17, James Madison. Stops her in her tracks. The Lander's still got the ball, moving forward. Lander's able to force the ruck, and another strong carry. And they've got some momentum. The number 13 is looking for that opportunity to post. Not quite there in time. Rach Hamelman takes it into contact. Lander still has possession inside their 22 now. Another huge pressure hit from James Madison. They are not giving up on that defensive line. And they've stripped the ball from Lander, and Kaya Lyons gets the ball free. And the referee's going to call the knock. So the referee's going to call the knock. So it looks like it was a knock in both directions, and the ball's going to end up in James Madison hands. So they're going to try to get that ball out of their 50. They need some points here late in the game. It's a big scrum. Ball's able to get out cleanly to the 10. She moves the ball out to 12. Kyle Lyons, who dishes it to number 13. Ball gets tipped out of number 13's hands, and it looks like it's going to be a knock advantage. Lander ball. Another big effort by the Lander defense to create the turnover. And it looks like it's going to be the Lander's ball. 40 minutes from the try line. Both teams showing a huge effort defensively to create turnovers and try to get some attack going. A couple of mishandles on both sides of the ball. No one's got ball in hand. The ball gets cleanly back to the 9, out to the 10, looking for a little crash. A skip pass. Another missed pass. Out to the 14, a tough throw, but we're back to a penalty. An early unbind by James Madison. That's going to be a penalty to Lander. So the flanker and the 8 left a little early from the scrum. So that's going to be Lander ball with a penalty advantage on the 40. It looks like they're bringing in number 10, Rachel Hamelman, to kick the touch. You can tell Lander is looking to manage the time here with a 2-point lead late in the second half. About 6 minutes left to play. Could be a little bit off on that. Referee's clock is always the right clock. It's a 2-point deficit right now for James Madison, so they need to stop on a turnover. They need to get that ball downfield. Lander is set for their line out, and the ball is in. It's a nice hit by the jumper. The ball's out to number 12, Kate Osmus. People miss tackles, but number 10, that's a little bit high, but the referee says play on. And now number 13 carries forward. There's a penalty. It looks like there's an advantage to Lander. James Madison continues to come up and put the pressure on. And we're back to a penalty. It looks like it's a penalty to Lander. I'm going to have a chat with the captains. Not sure of the call, but it looks like yellow. So it's a high tackle on JMU. No card, but they're back 10. And Lander has elected to scrum. So high tackle brought us back to a penalty. Lander has the option to scrum and takes it. Now they're going to try to extend their lead here and put the finishing touches on the win. JMU is still in the game, and they're looking for a turnover and an opportunity to attack. Ball is in, and it's out quickly to the 9, who sends it to their 10. 12, and it's a miss pass. 15 is able to get the ball out to 14, who's got some wheels. But she's taken down by a James Madison player who's over the ball. And they've got the penalty, not releasing on Lander. Oh, nope, tackler not releasing, and so that's going to be Lander ball. Tackler has to release before they go for the poach. Well, Lander's going to manage the time. We are pretty close to the game. It kicks to touch. And that's going to be Lander ball in the line out. So Lander trying to run the clock down a bit with a 2-point lead. They are deep in their own territory. So they're looking to put this one away, but James Madison can't be counted out. All game they've shown us they can create those defensive turnovers and find some opportunities to score. A few minutes still left on the clock. The ball's coming in from Abby Hales, it looks like. Ball's up, and it's a clean line out. Hands out to the 12, Kate Osmus. She's got a hand out on the stiff arm, but it's to the face, and so that's going to be a penalty to James Madison. You've got to keep that stiff arm below neck. And so now it's going to be a penalty to James Madison. And number 10 spills the ball forward, but the referee calls back. And now there's a James Madison knock, resulting in a Lander scrum. And the atmosphere here is exciting with a 2-point deficit for James Madison. Lander with a 2-point lead. And minimal seconds left on the clock. No word from the ref on last play yet, but the time is ticking down. Lander's looking to finish this one up, maintain possession. Casey Reynoso with the pick off the back and a nice offload to number 10, Rachel Hamilton, who carries the ball. But it's stolen by number 6, Jessica Ferranda, who drives forward. And now they've got a ruck set, and they're looking to go downfield. Ball sent out to the 10, who looks to boot it. And Lexi Zolva's going to have to chase this one down. She's got people coming in purple. And she kicks the ball forward. And now 14 from James Madison jumps on the ball. Hard to see who has possession, but it looks like James Madison has the ball back. Player off their feet is going to give Lander the ball back on a penalty. Game can't end on a penalty, so they'll have to play it. And James Madison's going to try to force one more turnover here at the end of the game. Rachel Hamilton having a quick chat with the ref to check the time. Can't end the game on a penalty, so they're going to have to play it. So they could tap and kick it out. We'll see what they do. And that's exactly what they do, and that's going to be the game. An outstanding game by both teams. Lander takes it by 2 points, 28-26. And it was back and forth all game. A huge effort by both teams, but Lander's going to win this one 28-26 and head into the final tomorrow for the South Atlantic Rugby Conference Division I Championship. Huge shout out to both teams who had a huge defensive efforts throughout the game. And Lander was able to make this one work 28-26.